Okay, here's lesson number 1. Capo, strings tuned. I've got the capo on the 1st fret, and I'm going to give you your first chord. Is a chord of G major. It's going to sound like this. Okay, to get that chord, I'm going to place my pinky finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Then I'm going to place my ring finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Okay, then I'm going to place my middle finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret. Then I place my index finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Okay, if you need to rewind that, go ahead and pause it now and rewind and watch it again. So to recap, when I go to place my fingers down on the G major chord, I first place my 2 pinkies down together. I don't go here and then here. I place them together, and then my top 2 fingers follow into the correct position. That's how I get my G chord fast. Okay? So if I'm going to do G chord, beginner way, pinkies down first, follow up with the top 2 fingers. Okay? Now make sure that when you play this chord, that you're not touching any of the other strings on your guitar. You should be placing the bottom 2 strings firmly. I've got Nuggy here begging for attention. Okay, without touching this 3rd string, and then you've got the top 2 strings without touching the D string. Okay, now if I place my fingers like this, you notice that my fingers are flatter. I don't know if you can see that, but they're kind of flat and they're touching the other strings. So I'm going to need to arch my fingers when I do my chords so that I place them directly down on top of the strings using just my fingertips. Once I do that, I'm going to get a clear sounding chord ringing all through the strings. Just like that. Now I'm going to demonstrate what it's going to sound like if you touch the other strings. Okay? It's going to sound distorted. If you don't press down hard enough, that's what it's going to sound like. So you need to make sure you're pressing hard. You're going to start this chord with the bass note. This is the bass note right here. That's G major. Okay? So that's your bass note. So you're going to start your G chord from the bass note, and you're going to strum all the way down through all the strings. Okay? Practice that chord. That's your first chord. Now here's your second chord. Second chord is going to be C major, but we're not going to play it like a regular C. We're going to play what's called a C add 9. And the reason I'm showing you this way is because when you play the majority of your songs, you're going to play it with a C add 9 instead of the regular C chord. So first I'm going to show you the C add 9 and then the regular C chord, and then I'm going to show you how to get the C add 9 fast when you're playing songs. So you've got your G, and then all you do to get the C add 9 is you drop your top 2 fingers down 1 string. Now to play my C add 9, I'm going to play from the C string down. Okay? I'm not going to play this E string up here for this chord. So just to recap, I'm on my G chord, and I drop down to the C. There's my C add 9. See how easy that is? My bottom 2 fingers don't move at all. That's it. So now here's the regular C chord is played like this. That's where I have my index finger on the second string, and then I'm covering down on the 4th and 5th strings. That's your regular C chord, okay? But like I said, the majority of your songs you're gonna play like this. There's your C, okay? So you can learn this way, but it's a lot harder to switch from here to here, okay, than it is to switch from here to here, okay? And this just has a better ring to it, okay? G, C add 9, okay? So practice those two and the switching between the two. So once you get the G chord down, switch between the G and the C, and then from the C back to the G. See how nice that sounds? Okay, here's your third chord, your first lesson, and that's where I'm going to show you the last chord in this progression. It's a D chord, and this will wrap up the 3 chords you need to play hundreds of songs on your guitar. So from the G chord, we showed you the C chord. Now we're going to go to the D. Okay? Now in order to get this D chord, what you're going to need to do is you're going to place your middle finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, and your index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Okay? So I place those two down together. Not one at a time, I place them down together. Okay? Make sure you're not hitting that middle string. That should ring out clear. Because you're going to place your ring finger down on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Okay? There's your D chord. Now on the D chord, I'm going to use my 4th string, D. That's where I'm going to strum from, okay? The D is your bass note. Remember, every chord has a bass note, and you only play the chord from the bass note down, okay? If you play the D from the E string down, that's not going to sound right. So you have to play the chord from the bass note. And we'll talk strumming patterns later, but for now, all I want you to worry about is hitting that bass note on the chord and strumming straight down, okay? That's your D chord. So just to recap, we've done the C chord, the C add 9, and the D chord. Okay, so practice going each of those and then transitioning back. And that's it. Have fun. Practice those 3 chords and you will be able to play literally hundreds of songs that you want to play. Okay, I'll see you on the next one.